Yeah. What it do? I'm your host, B.
And I'm Q to Don.
Hey, I'm Shannell.
And this is the Kimi Podcast, man. Welcome again to the greatest show on the planet. Come on now.
Come on now.
How y'all feel?
Yeah.
Come on now.
I like that. I like that.
All right. Yeah, man. Listen, man. How y'all week been going? For real.
My week has been okay. I didn't do too much this weekend. No, I really didn't do anything this weekend other than, of course, church on Sunday, choir rehearsal on Saturday. Other than that, laid back and chilled.
That sound like a.
You had choir rehearsal?
Yes.
What songs you singing?
Today, me and my son and two other church members sung "Thank You, Lord" by Tim Rogers.
Okay.
And then I did an old school song called
I love them.
"Take a Ride."
I wanna take. Oh
Go
yeah.
ahead, hit it one time.
No.
Go
I'm
ahead.
gonna let you do it. You the singer now. I'm gonna let you do
So
it.
I sung that today.
At least one of y'all got to hit a
She
note,
was
man.
singing.
Come on now.
I mean, if we're gonna sing, it's gonna be a duet. I'm not
No,
gonna
I
sing
do
by
stuff.
myself.
I do stuff in the
What
car.
was the song you was singing on?
Hold on.
Yeah, go ahead,
Yeah.
hit it.
No. We ain't gonna do that now.
Hold on.
Come on, we ain't gonna do that now.
Go ahead.
We'll say that we'll say that when we do the live
Look, y'all
live
nervous.
event.
I was
Yeah,
ready
yeah.
for
He
you.
talking about,
Okay.
Q don't get nervous, man.
Who?
Yeah.
Shoot.
He ride them pressure, man. What about you, Q?
My week was pretty good. Enjoyed the long weekend. I know that much.
Yeah.
I enjoyed the long weekend.
Much needed.
I got a new car too.
Okay. Congratulations on that, man.
Thank you. I
Right.
appreciate it. And about that, I do want to say this. And I heard a preacher say Friday, he was like, we had service last Friday. He was like, man, when you become a good steward with what God give you, and he was like, you work on your principles, God ain't got to do as many miracles. So the whole time I've been like, in my waiting time, I've been, working on my credit, getting stuff together. So I seen that like coming to like full circle. Like, so audience, if you're listening, become better stewards of what God give you, during your waiting period. Sometimes it ain't about what God willing to do for you. It's about what you're willing to do for yourself.
Right.
So God can actually make some moves on your behalf. So that's pretty much my week.
That's a good word though. I ain't even gonna fake. You made me think about like with me, man. Like I had a certain amount of money like came into my bank account, deposited in my bank account like a couple weeks ago, and man, I'm gonna tell you, now it was crazy, yo. I ain't even gonna lie. But what made me thought about when you was talking about that being a great steward of your money, every year we do Super Seed Sunday once a year. You know what I'm saying? You vow a certain amount of money that you want to give, for the whole year. And I vowed a certain amount of money, and I didn't have the money to give. But what I said I was gonna do was I was just gonna, pay my tithes and then, set aside a certain amount of money to Super Seed Sunday. And I did that, you know what I'm saying? And just so happened, man, that the money that the money that I needed got deposited into my bank account, you know what I'm saying? And I sold that amount of money.
Right.
You know what I mean? Which was crazy. I was just telling my wife about that. But I had great intentions. My heart, everything was lined up right. I wasn't looking for, you know what I'm saying, no, accolades or anybody, from anybody. But I just know that I prayed about what I wanted to give, and I put it out there, and then God had made it so where I sold that amount of money, man.
Right.
Which was a blessing though.
I'm telling you, man, because God is faithful, man.
He is though. I ain't even gonna fake, man. But with me, I had a whole lot going on this week, man.
Congratulations.
I got, my son going to the 9th grade. We had a
Okay.
ceremony for him Tuesday. Then Wednesday, my daughter ended up graduating and graduated high school. So I'm like, man, and I'm sitting here just looking at everything as a whole, man. Like how God really been good to my family.
Right.
I'm like, man, God, you've been faithful. And, even though starting off, I had my daughter at 20, between 20 and 21, and I didn't know where my life was going to be at. I didn't know what to expect. know what I'm saying? And God gave me all the tools, man, throughout the whole journey to, you know, provide for her and to sow into her, you know, informally, information and just life general, you know what I'm saying?
Right, most definitely.
Like he made it happen. So hey, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Big G for that. But I wanted to ask a question to y'all.
Hold on,
man.
B. Hold on. I got it.
Oh, good.
I don't want to go past what you just said. Shout out to you, man, as a black father for being present.
Hats off to you.
Right, and actually seeing this through, man, because I feel like, and I want to give you your flowers because not a lot of black dads get the credit for these type of momentous occasions. You know, we always get the stigma of black dads ain't around, they ain't present, they ain't this, they ain't that. But you stood the test and you actually saw it all the way through, man. So hats off to you, man. It's not a small feat that you did.
Yeah, I appreciate that, man. I ain't even gonna lie. I really, really, really appreciate that, man. Because sometimes as a father in general, sometimes you just don't, you don't know if you're doing a good job,
right?
Until you kind of see the whole thing through. You know what I'm saying? And when you're in the midst of it all, you just like, a lot of stuff been going on in your mind. Things don't seem like it go right. And sometimes you just really gotta see it through all the way through, you know what I'm saying? And sometimes some people quit in the midst of it. And when I say some people quit, I'm talking about like, you know what I'm saying, relationships don't work out. And you have some of these men who, okay, me and the mother ain't together, you know what I'm saying? They just kind of fall back a little bit. And it might be a lot of other stuff be going on with the situation because the mother might be feeling some type of way. And then she, you know what I'm saying, she making it hard for him, you know what I mean?
Right,
so,
most definitely.
And I had that situation too as well, man. Sometimes you just, consistency is best, man. You just gotta show up, best way you can, though. And there's a lot I can kind of get into that, man. I ain't want to make the show about that, though, but, it's a whole lot I really can get into that because I have some friends that is in the midst of going through situations like that right now, where their and their mother is not, they not on the same page, and I know how it feel because they frustrated, you know what I'm saying, and they don't want to quit, but they make it, you know what I'm saying, dealing with the woman, the mother make them want to quit, you know what I'm saying, and that's one of the toughest position to be in.
And I know you don't want to make this about this, but I do have a question about that because I don't have any kids.
Right.
So can you say, honestly speaking, that we feel like dads actually go hard to get that right, like as far as like going through the court system, or do you feel like if it don't work out with the mama, like if the mama just being too aggressive with it, that males just kind of like back off?
Most men, including myself, we don't be ready to want to go through all of that, and I think it's best to go through that. When you get with a woman, when you get with the woman opposite of the kid's mother, you know what I'm saying? They're gonna tell you, they gonna like, hey, listen, you need to go to court, you need to do this. And most men just, most of us always want to avoid the confrontation, man. Because I don't want to deal with it. It takes too much energy.
And I get that, but I honestly always, and this is kind of bad, but I always fought at men who kind of give up without a fight. Like, because I honestly feel like in the long run, the child suffers from that. And I always wondered, like, okay, so y'all saying this about the mother of your kids. Did you really exhaust all things that you could?
But what happens when you have?
When with that, like you done all you can.
See, those stories aren't told.
Right. Yeah, they are untold.
Understandable.
Those stories aren't told, and I can guarantee you, it's more men that have tried than those that haven't. And the court isn't set up to help the father.
I was gonna say that.
Court's not set up to help the father. I had my daughter that is, last time I saw her until 2 years ago when she was 6. And I saw her in a courtroom.
And that's after you was like
I
really.
I was on child support, so I found out that if you're on child support, you're entitled to visitation. If you're on child support, mandated. All you have to do is go. Guys don't know that. All you got to do is go and say, hey, I'm on child support. I'm paying my child support. I don't give a damn. If you pay even $1 a week and you're supposed to be paying $700, as long as you paying every week, every week, they're gonna give you your visitation. It's mandated.
Hey guys, hold up. Guys, don't let that go over your head. Yeah. You just dropped a very valuable gem because I think, like you said, it's a lot of guys that don't really know that they faithful with the paying, but they feel like that's the end of their rights. So
and then not only that,
that,
but like just to know, like, yo, as long as you're going down and paying something, you're not gonna get ruled into court. Even if you do, when you go there, they're gonna be like, oh, you've been paying consistently, you just ain't been paying the whole thing. All they're gonna do is run that on your ears. But you have the right to get your visitation because you are paying your child support. The only way you don't get visitation is if the mom takes you off of child support, then that takes away your right to the visitation unless the courts feel as though there's some psychological issue or some issue that the mom brings up to say that you can't have visitation, unsupervised visitation, but they will give you some form of visitation. And I was paying child support in Lexington, but my daughter's mom filed in New York. So when I went to DSS in here, I was like, hey, look, I'm paying my child support. I need my visitation because she's stopping me from seeing my daughter. They were like, oh, no, you got to file for visitation in New York. So I flew to New York, went to the courthouse. They was like, yo, do you know her address? I was like, no, I don't know if she don't stay in with the address I know. And they was like, well, we could serve her, but we could only serve the address you know. My mom's had a relationship with her. So I told my mother, I said, hey, I'm gonna need you to serve her. And she was like, well, that's gonna kill my relationship with your daughter. And that's the only link we got. Like, I need my visitation, Mom. We just gonna have to burn that bridge. And so she gave her the papers. The bridge was burnt. I think it was set for like another couple of weeks. I had to show up. I showed up on time. The mom said, yeah, if she goes with him, she's got issues and she's gonna have issues with him and this, that, and the third. So the judge was like, all right, well, I'm gonna talk to the girl. We're gonna reconvene this for 3 weeks. Flew back home, got another flight to come back. Flight got delayed in Charlotte. Called my mother. My mother was gonna meet me there. My mom's got there on time. I landed. My mother told them my flight got delayed. I flew in from South Carolina for this. I'm in the car. They got me on speakerphone. The judge said, I said, ma'am, I just landed. I'm in the car. I'm like 30 minutes from there. Can y'all please just can we start after lunch? The judge literally said, she said, sir, you're not taking this serious. You're gonna have to refile. The problem I have is fathers like you just thinking that the court is just supposed to wait for you.
Wow.
And she was like, well, what you're gonna have to do is you're gonna have to refile. I said, can I refile right now? Can we get the continuous for another date? I'll come back for another date. They was like, no, you're gonna have to serve her all over again. You're gonna have to start the process from zero. And then I didn't see my daughter again until she was a freshman in college, and her and my oldest girl linked up because they went to school like 30 minutes from each other. And they ended up linking up. And then that's how I ended up back in my daughter's life.
That's crazy.
Just to add something else to that, you were saying like mothers can drop child support and it takes away your rights. As a father, you have the right to put yourself on child support and get your rights.
Dudes don't know that.
A lot of people don't want to do that, or they think because she dropped it, like that's end all. No, you can go to court and continue your child support so you can maintain your rights. But if you avoid it, you let time lapse, and they got to redo a new case, then that's on you.
But not only that, I tell young men who are not with the mother of their children, this is the advice I give them: go down and put yourself on child support.
Yes. Even
go
if you
to
don't
the courthouse
put
and put yourself on child support.
If your name is not on the birth certificate, you can go for a paternity case where you can go and say, I want my name on their birth certificate. You don't have to pay child support for that. You just go do a DNA test, and really you don't even have to do a DNA test. You just sign the paperwork saying that I agree that this is my child and I take responsibility for this child. Mm-hmm. You don't have to pay child support to do that. But a lot of guys don't do that, where they say, okay, I'm not married to her, she being bitter or whatever, I'm going to just let the chips fall where they fall. No, be proactive. Be there.
And
get your name on that birth certificate. Make yourself known. Go down to the school. If your name is on a birth certificate, you can legally go to the school and add your name to their roster because you have a birth certificate that says this is my child.
Yep.
There's things you can put in place where if she don't want you coming to her house, she don't want you interacting at the birthday parties, you can go to school and visit your child.
With see, that's the thing that I was talking about. Like, and I think, part of it is just having the knowledge and having the know how to go about this, because like y'all said, it's not really made for fathers, and I feel like a lot of times the information is not really out there for guys to know, because a lot of times I feel like they won't, like a lot of guys have that yearning to actually be in their child's life, but when the mama acting in a certain way, it's like, okay, well, things like we feel like all the chips are on their side of the table and we have rights. We have nothing.
But the thing is, and that's how you maintain your rights, as well as you don't put yourself behind the 8. And the reason why I tell them to go ahead and get the child support as soon as that baby born is because you and the mom might be good today. A month from now, 2 months from now, y'all ain't good. By the time she decides to go to court and y'all actually get to court, you start off in the hole because they're gonna run that thing right all the way back.
Yeah,
they're gonna run that child support all the way back.
Never did nothing.
Man, I went there with my oldest daughter. I went to court. I'm talking about I paid daycare every day since she was born, and she was like 2. I took all those receipts up there. You know,
Don't matter.
The man said, "It ain't about what you did; it's about what you're gonna do." I said, "God damn!" I said, "What was all of this?" They didn't even take it off the bill. They ain't take nothing. And here's another thing people don't know. My oldest daughter, mom, didn't even call me into court. She said she needed some financial help, some DSS financial help. So she wanted to get food. She wanted to get food stamps. She wanted to get EBT. And I said, okay, cool, because we're cool. I went and I filled out. She said, I just need you to sign the paperwork for DSS so we can get the food stamps. And she was getting the vouchers to help with rent. Because at the time, we were just fresh out of college. We ain't had no money. So she was like, yeah, I'm going to try to get this voucher and this, that, and the third. That motherfucker called me, they called me into court. And I was like, well, how did I end up here? And the lady from DSS told me, they said, if you sign up, if the mom signs up for anything and she puts your name down as the father, the system is going to call you into court because you're going to help pay for this stuff that they paying for.
That's tough, boy.
That's tough. So
really the system really kind of set up just towards women, man. Like the benefit to
I seen a woman go to jail for child support, and when I went, they locked her behind up.
But it's like a rare case.
Overall, I feel like it's for the women.
I think it's in favor of the custodial parent.
Okay.
And even in the case where I saw the woman get locked up, what she was doing was egregious.
Right.
I seen other women walk out and skate on stuff that I saw guys get locked up for. So I think the system favors women because statistically it's the men that are seen by, not statistically, but the perception of men in the society is that we're going to bastardize children. You know what I'm saying? And what they'll tell you is I don't know where it's written, but they will never bastardize a child.
Reason why I say that is because it seemed like, okay, with the energy surrounding around women and they got to carry for 9 months and stuff like that, you know, automatically I feel like, you know, it's side with the mother, you know what I'm saying? Me and my granddaddy used to talk about this, and my grandma, like the mother feel like the child is just as much as hers because she carried the child, you know what I'm saying, versus the man. And me and my granddad was talking that, and my grandma, my grandma felt like mothers love their kids a lot more than fathers. You know what I'm saying? Because for one, they had a relationship with the child from before they conceive. You know what I'm saying? But I just, well, not before they would conceive, but before they you know, the baby came into the world.
Yeah.
But I just kind of look at it in a different way, man. I think God ain't had to go through certain stuff with the system and stuff like that, but that information is very important because there's a lot of people who start off in a relationship and then, you know, they get pregnant, have a child and things, you know, just like Yusef said, like think everything good until, you know, till it ain't. And the next thing you know, and everybody always say, man, listen, you do not want to go to war with a woman scorned.
Don't scorn her.
And he said, "Don't scorn her." And she your baby mama. Oh hell no!
Hey, but man, you made a point, like a real thinking point just now. Do women love harder than the father? I would agree that could be the perception. I would agree that could be the perception.
It can,
but
be
I think that it's a little different because by design, women are way more nurturing than fathers. Because I always put it like this: like for the most part, in my mind, if a child goes to sleep in the crib, the dad probably more than likely can sleep all the way through the night. Like the dad probably can sleep through the night. That mama, any noise, any crack, like she's not sleeping like that. So and then like it's just certain stuff that women do that they are God given as far as like their maternal thing and their nurturing thing that makes them probably feel like they love harder than the father. But then I'll beg to differ, because if it came down to it, and I know a mother probably would too, but if a father had to lay his life down for his child, he's going to do that. And what greater love is there than to lie down your life for a friend? Like, and that's what the Bible says.
Let me address that. Okay, so as a mother,
okay.
I can't say for sure what a father's love is like, no more than the love I have for my own father. But as a mother who did lay down my life for my children, for them to get here, because there's no greater pain. I went through, I'm anemic. I had to go through blood transfusions. I was falling out, bumping my head and doing everything. What we eat, what we pour into our body, how we exercise, everything we do is for the well-being of what's growing inside of us. So it's not just about the father that will lay down his life when he got here. Women die on the table to give you a child.
Ooh, I like that. I like that.
You know what I'm saying? So it is a greater love, because I'm sacrificing everything about me, every walk of my life to get this baby here. And medicine don't always work. Epidurals don't always work. You bleed. I had a natural birth. I had a cesarean. And just to think of the layers of skin and tissue and organs that had to be moved in order for my twins to come.
Wait, ho. You said organs got to be moved?
Yeah.
With a cesarean.
Yeah. You got to do that. Yeah, C-section.
So, so you can't tell me I didn't lay down my life 4 times for my baby.
Dang.
So that's a blink of an eye to think I won't jump in front of a car or stand in front of a bullet or take a life for my children, because I already have.
Me and my wife.
Again, I want to say one more thing.
Okay.
When a child is growing inside of you versus with a father, you may feel a kick when it happens, but we feel the flutters. You fall in love with something that you can't see, just like you fall in love with God. Before you even knew that child's face, chose a name, you love what's not seen. The same way we say we love God, he tells us that. How can you love the man, your neighbor, but can't love me? How can you love me who you haven't seen but can't love your neighbor? That's the same type of love we have for our children. They're not even here. I have lost the child, and I still celebrate my child's birthday who never made it to the birthday. So I can't say what a father love is like, but I definitely know how deep it runs when it comes to a mother's love.
Oh, I love you. When I say you killed that just now, you killed that.
I ain't
like
gonna
that.
lie. That deep love right there, that you speak on, is why I believe that it's important to have two, you know what I'm saying, male and father in the house. A father and a mother in the household, you know what I'm saying? To kind of balance the scale.
Right.
Because I truly believe that a mother love, just like how you explain it, sometimes prevent them to raise their kids to their full potential.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because some things they gonna pull back on, versus a father, he gonna be a lot tough, especially as a boy. He gonna be very tough on him.
Right. They definitely need that, because I'm gonna give you an example, not necessarily personal, but if my son is going through something that a father would probably say, you know what, he need to man up on that, let him figure it out. I can't watch my baby struggle. And I know he may need to learn a lesson, but as his mom, it is my job to nurture him. And I don't want to cripple him, but it's extremely difficult to watch my child suffer, even if it's financially, even if it's, just a difficult situation he's going through that he needs to learn how to cope and deal with on his own, because he's a man now. There are some things that I know I should sit my behind down on, but no, mama coming to fix it. You know what I'm saying? And that's not always right, but sometimes that's just how we feel.
Yeah.
And we got, and part of that is you got the human experience. Like, some things we know is right, some things we know is wrong, but as a human, we just gonna do certain things, and that's just how it go. But
a lot of people
really
can't understand, like, if you have a troubled child, especially for men. I mean, this is Kimi Pie, so when it comes to men, and I'm gonna just say,
you can speak.
Just to say, like, I'm using my son as an example because I don't want to call out anybody else's problem. If my son is dealing with battling with the law and getting in trouble all the time, or dropped out of school or whatever, and a lot of dads were like, that boy can't stay here, he ain't working, he ain't doing this. Nah, mama might let you lay there for a little while. You know what I'm saying? It's certain things that, you need a father for, because he need that firm kick in his behind, that we as mothers sometimes we just can't do it. We can't see putting my son out on the street or whatever. I think I told y'all this one time before. My oldest son, Amari, I done told everybody this story, so he wouldn't care if I said it on here too. He just came home from the Army, and I had a rule because I had to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning. You need to be in my house by 2 a.m. You shouldn't be coming in as I'm leaving out. This is my house. He kept breaking the rule, He came in the house, and I slapped fire at him because you're a grown man. So get out my house. And he was like, well, let me get my stuff. Now, that ain't your stuff. You leave with what you got on. Now, the mother in me sit in that window for the next 3-4 hours because I didn't go to work and watch him because I don't want it to happen to my baby, of course. That boy went and slept on the front lawn, had his coat on, and went to sleep. It hurt my feelings because he was unbothered.
Yeah, he was unbothered.
But it killed me on the inside because I felt like I kicked my baby out. And he was like, I ain't leaving. You know, she said, get out her house. She didn't say out the yard. Yeah. And fetal position. He on the front yard. Knocked out sleep. Crazy. I was so pissed off. I would have woke him up like, nigga, you is not about to go see me in my yard.
That gotta be tough, though.
Yeah, but I'm saying, as an example, you know, it's hard for us to lay down that tough love when they definitely need it, and that's what fathers are for.
And even though you did that, I guess the side of you, the nurturing side of you, wanted to kick in.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying, and you was like, so you couldn't get no rest seeing him out there.
I couldn't. I didn't even go to work. Like I said, he came in. It was maybe about 3. I was supposed to get up at 4. Of course, daybreak is around 7 around that time. And I sat in the window and watched him. I had done calling the word because I was like, ain't no way I'm going to leave. I'm mad. I'm pissed off. I ain't want him to come in my house while I'm gone.
I'm
sitting in the window watching him. And then I got pissed off because he wasn't bothered.
Yeah, he was unbothered. That's my baby boy, my son. He always unbothered by loss. I guess he appeared to be unbothered by stuff. But I know he ain't. He feels the type of way. But it made me think about this question, man. Like Abraham, when Abraham had to sacrifice Isaac, you think Sarah could have did that? If God told her to? Nah, she wouldn't.
Speaking from my own perspective,
What you think?
I mean, I would like to say that she could, that the love for God was greater, but I'm not gonna lie to you. As much as I love God, and I know I'm not supposed to put anybody ahead of him.
Right.
If Judgment Day was to come today, and he say, you got to turn away from them and come with me, and my kids standing with me, I'm going to hell.
I would think he probably.
I'm going happily. I'm stepping like a big dog. Going straight down. I love them, boy.
Oh man.
And it's bad, but yeah, it's difficult.
And you being honest, because a lot of people, they claim that, oh yeah, I put my child online. Man, half of us, if God told us to quit our job, we wouldn't quit our job.
Right.
So I know for a fact, if He said go sacrifice your child, most people ain't doing it.
I'll be negotiating.
Because we a lot of things God tells us to put down and we don't even do it.
Right.
So saying put down your child, man, most people ain't gonna do it. Most people ain't gonna do it. I ain't gonna lie to you. Man, that's male or female.
Man, that make you kind of think about like our relationship with God, like where it's supposed to be. Is you satisfied where it's at now? You know what I'm saying? As an individual, you satisfied with your relationship with God at right now?
I mean, if you're asking that question, I'm not satisfied with my relationship because we're supposed to die to our flesh every single day. I choose not to on some days. You know what I'm saying? Just being honest and transparent. Like, it's difficult to say I want to take this walk every day. In my heart, I want to, but my mind doesn't always line up with what God's will is. My desires don't always line up. You know, what it is that you want right now doesn't always line up with what God wants. And even though I know I can go and pray and ask God to help me with this situation, sometimes I be stubborn. Like, I ain't about to pray about it because I want to be bad today. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It is. It is what it is.
That's real. Because I'm going to be honest with you. Man, a life of sin is the freest life you'll live. Like, it takes a lot to say I'm going to walk the straight and narrow and I'm going to try to do everything by the book and do it right. And like you said, some days I choose like, hey, I should be doing this, but I'm not. But at the end of the day, I also sit down and think sometimes too, you know, if God was to come back to get, I ain't even talking about come back for everybody. If he come back to get you when your number is called, if you still in that mindset and you still in that mode, bro, it don't matter what you did. Like I did this for, no, bro, you probably going to hell. Like because the real thing is we have a choice. And a lot of times we choose to make the wrong choice. Like, it's not like we're doing this, man, I was forced to do it. We don't be forced to do the stuff that we do. We do it because we it feels good. So man, for myself, I can't say I'm 100% there with my relationship with God, but honestly, also as the Bible say too, we should be pressing toward the mark of the high calling. Like you, like not giving yourself an excuse, but pressing, like understanding that you're gonna slip up along the way, but it shouldn't be something that you continuously doing, that you choosing to slip up on. So that's how I feel about it.
Man, that's real right there. I don't know what to say about that.
I mean, sometimes, man, it's just a thought. Like you just be like, yo, that's something I got to think on. Like that, you know, we ain't gonna never be perfect.
Nah,
but
we ain't gonna never
I
be
think
perfect.
that where we get it mixed up at is we're never gonna be perfect, but you got to be trying to obtain like the holiest life that you could live. Like it's about. I'm gonna use food because we always want to. When we talk about stuff like this, everybody always wants. First thing they want to go to is sex. That's the first thing they want to go to. So I'm gonna go to something that's simple, something that everybody does. Because some people like to say, I don't drink, I don't smoke. Everybody overeats at some point in time. Everybody overeats. That's a sin. But we constantly overeat. If it's something, we could be full, and if it's something that just tastes great, I wouldn't mind if I had like another little serving of it. But really and truly, if we're trying to get to that level, we got to stop that. Like, but everybody like to fault somebody else sin. But if we all take an inward look at ourselves, it's a lot of little things that we do and that we have going on that we need to work on. Because I always say everybody got three people that lives inside them. We got the one that everybody see, we got the one that our intimate circle see, and then we got that one that don't nobody know but you and God. And if God exposed everybody little black box in that back room, a lot of people will shut up. Because it's a lot of stuff that everybody need to work on. For real, for real.
Yeah, I ain't even gonna lie. So with that being said, what some of the things that y'all think y'all feel like y'all got to work on? Like I know with me, I don't know. Like with me, it's a lot. I got a whole list of stuff, bro. You know what I'm saying? I ain't even gonna sit here and fake with some of the things I got to work on. For one, lust. I be lusting. That's gonna be real tough sometimes.
Well, we gonna pass this question to Q because y'all ain't about to know all my business.
I think
I'm just saying me particularly.
I think as a man,
I'm working on it with God. That's what I'm working on.
I mean, well, lust could be anything. It could be towards
like it ain't even got to be like nothing like super sexual. Like anything
even
you lust
mine might be sexual.
Like lusting anything that you lust at after in the flesh. Like it could be materials. It could be
right.
It could be a lot of different things. I think that's one. And then I have to. One thing that I've been trying to be big on is offering people grace. Cause when I say I am horrible with that, I'm horrible with offering people grace because I feel like if I arrived mentally, there's no, especially when you older than me, I'm like, I ain't about to keep on doing this because you should be here, you should be, and I have to understand that God looks at my ugly self every day and say, you know what, I'm gonna give you grace and let you try to get it right today. So if God can look at my ugly self like that, why is it that I feel like I can't look at somebody else and say, you know what, I'm gonna be patient with this person?
That might come with age though. Cause I used to feel that way too though, you know what I'm saying? And then you get kind of older, you just realize like, you know, dang, this individual remind me of myself when I was that.
It does come with age, but my thing is, if I can identify that's a problem, I need to start working on it now. I ain't gonna give myself no excuse to be like, you know, when I get older, I'll break out of no. Some things you have to break. Like you have to break those habits. Like I can't give myself no excuse because I got to be more graceful because it's times when I'm doing something that somebody's looking at me like, bro, what is
that's what I'm talking about. That do come with, when I said come with age, and I know you saying that's something you should work on now, but you know, this is something that you ain't gonna fix tomorrow. Or,
definitely
or
not.
a month
Definitely
down the
not.
line. It's like, you know what I'm saying, actively, constantly doing it, and then before you know it, you be some years in, you just kind of realize that everything kind of come in at once and be like, yeah, you know what I'm saying, that's one of the things. And sometimes even when God working on you, sometimes you don't realize like, you know, as you continue to work on certain things, and it do take years down the line, because I know we stay in a microwave society, people seem to think that, you know, certain things should be a snap of a finger, man, but some of this stuff is habits. If you think about like habits, they say it take 3 weeks to break a habit. That's a lie. It take longer than that. They say 10,000 hours to perfect something. So it's one of the things, man, before you know it, man, you just kind of actively kind of do it. And it's the same thing with me and my lust. You know, some of the things that, you know, I'm going to say this. Most men do have a lust issue. Not all, but most men have lust issues.
I agree.
And that lust thing then separate and broke up families, broke up kingdoms. You know what I'm saying? And it's one of the things that as men, you know, we always have that one issues. And I'm gonna tell you, lust you could be focused on something, and then, you know, that lust part of you know, it kind of before you know, you didn't veer off track, you know what I'm saying, into another lane, and you didn't forget about the one sole thing you're supposed to be doing. So that's, you know, I'm big on that. Just a man
I don't think it's just a man thing. I think it's something that has been more common in today's world because of what we're exposed to, not just children, but as a whole, like dating sites. And I think we talked about that one time before, that everything is over-sexualized now. That it's not just men that have a lusting issue. People have a lusting issue. Everything is
You're right.
in that realm now. I mean, it's kind of hard to run from it. You got to be real headstrong to, like we was talking about the dating pool. And it's like, that stereotype, or I ain't even gonna call it a stereotype, that thing of if I go on a date and this guy spent a lot of money on me, like he think he gonna get some. You know what I'm saying? And then there's certain women who feel like, well, dang, he done spent $300 on me. I'm gonna have to drop these drawers now. You know what I'm saying?
Listen.
Like it's back and forth.
Hey, Yusef, he's a dating guru.
Oh wow.
You know what I'm saying? I say he is because, you know, he have the relationship podcast.
Yeah, relationship status.
Okay.
Yeah, and the question you asked me, ask yourself that same question, man. Because it's
of
interesting.
course, I'm over 40, and we were talking about dating in our 40s. And if you've been married before, you already have your children. Most people around that age, your children are either teenagers or already moved on. And trying to date and not be caught up in that stigma of owing somebody something just because you went on a date. How do you get past that and actually find someone who's relationship worthy? Get past the dating stage. Because, I mean, it's so cliche now that you have to put out to get something, or if you get something, you got to put out.
Now, on my show, I'd give you a different answer. On my show, I got to be somebody different.
Okay.
But the real answer is, and this is what I'll say. Matter of fact, I would say this on my show.
Yeah.
The women are the problem.
We're the problem?
You're the problem. You're swimming in the same pool. Change the pool you swim in. Like those guys that are serious about stuff, that want to get in relationships, I put myself in that realm. Like I want to be married again.
Right.
Period. Like there's no if, no ands, no buts. I was only married for 3 years. 2 of them sucked. One of them was amazing. And that 1 year is what I hold on to. And I know that there's such a thing as a good marriage. Will it be challenging? Yeah, for sure. But I want that. And I don't feel like, and that's what I'm saying, you're not dealing with men. You're dealing with boys.
I agree with that.
But then that's a you problem.
I agree with that, but what I'm saying, and I think maybe I didn't put it out there the way I wanted.
But there is a demographic of men who believe that relationships are transactional.
Yeah.
But I also believe that females are the ones that put out that particular narrative.
I agree with that, but what I'm saying is like the way old school. I'm 45 years old. In my 20s, dating wasn't chat lines. It wasn't social media. It wasn't all of that. Yeah, men don't approach women anymore. Not the same.
Actually, on my last episode, the episode that comes out on next Monday, we talked about that. The fact that, because I had some guests on, they're huge. I'm talking about thousands and thousands of followers, and they were like, nobody comes and approaches them in public because they know their personalities on the internet. And so they feel as though they're going to be rejected. And they're both like, yo, I'm cool. I want to be with somebody.
People don't understand. For some people, social media is just that, social media. That's not who I am. I post 1,000,005 pictures on social media. I like taking pictures of myself. I believe I'm beautiful, whether anybody else does or not. Don't matter to me. I like me. So I post my pictures. But to think that I am self-centered, or to think that I'm shallow, or to think that I'm conceited, that's not who I am.
Well,
but if you knew the deeper history and what I've come from, I lost my mom at 17 years old. I don't have pictures of her. So for that reason, I love to take pictures because I want to leave memories behind. But somebody who doesn't know my story, would think like, oh, every Sunday she posting pictures. Yeah, I am.
But
Well, let me ask you this. Okay.
That's pretty deep.
So you're in the demographic of women who basically are taking what they get. So basically it's, if somebody comes and approaches me, where are the guys that are gonna approach me, right? Mm-hmm. I'm gonna tell you what single men is the sexiest thing in the world to us. Approach us.
I'm not shy. I have no
Yes, so
problem.
then approach- so then
I
approach-
don't have a problem
so then approach
approaching a
somebody.
man.
Okay, so
It's
then
the
do
fact
it.
that when I approach him, he be so shocked that I approach him because he used to date lions and all kind of stuff.
Well,
we don't
then-
even have no conversation.
Then make
So I'm
a
like,
joke
you know what?
of
Let me
it.
go
Make,
get back in this
make it playful. Make a joke of it. Make it to that, because I guarantee you that particular man that you had to approach doesn't approach women a lot.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because if he approached women a lot, he would have already approached you. So he's taken aback at the fact that you even think of him in this sense. He's probably never had anybody walk up to him before.
Right.
And so, yeah, he's going to be taken aback. Make a joke of it. I mean, hey, baby, pick your lip up off the floor. I got you. It's okay.
And see, it truly, well, you don't know my personality.
No, I'm
Ugly
just
his
saying,
butt. No, that's me all day. I have no problem approaching
Then
people. I
embrace-
have no
then-
problem with
then
conversation.
embrace that.
I do that. But
Then
it's the
walk into
fact
that.
of when I do, it's like, oh, you talking to me? Like, never mind.
okay, so
No,
but you just
I ain't
admitted
wanna do it.
you just admitted that you caught him off guard, though.
Yeah, but
but
She
you
will
got
catch
you
you
got
off
you got
guard,
to you got to understand where we come from too. Like in today's society, that internet thing, and we talk about this a lot, has truly messed up a lot of stuff because
Right.
100%.
a lot of guys, they like we talk about this all the time. They can't see a woman somewhere and really no internet, no nothing, just go talk. But I feel like that's also with guys not being in touch with feelings and not knowing how to express themselves, because it takes nothing. Because if you think about the phone, if I get ready to inbox you, the phone gonna fill in some words for me, even if I mess up. Like,
Right.
so I don't have to think for myself. So the fact that you don't have to, get a feel for a woman and figure out like, okay, let me just go up and say something to her. Like, and then most guys think it's got to be deep. Like, it ain't got to be deep, bro. Just shoot your shot. If everybody's afraid of rejection, if a woman says no, you're not my type, whatever she say, it's cool. Like,
But
it's all good.
I don't know if these dudes are afraid of rejection, because according
yes,
to some
they are.
conversations,
And we're afraid to
they
approach
stay in your
them because we
DMs
want to
now.
get killed
You
for
could
rejecting
not-
them.
A woman could not get answered like 100 times. That dude gonna keep trying to get to talk to her on social media.
That's on social media. In real life,
Yeah.
I'm just saying, in real life, I just think they cowards.
but
like
the
people
sting,
who could,
that's what I'm saying. They scary. Like, the sting don't hurt as bad in person. No, the sting don't hurt as bad as her ignoring your messages as it does you going face to face. You already had to
I give
build
you
up.
that.
Right. Yeah.
You had to build up the moxie to actually go talk to her, and then you build it up, and then it's like a balloon. You just got deflated. So most guys don't want to feel deflated.
Yeah, but think about this. Think about this, Q. If I don't say nothing, I ain't with her no way.
But guys don't think like that. We
Yeah,
don't,
like I'm gonna give you
like,
an example. A couple of years ago, me and a friend of mine went out to this bar in Columbia, and this guy was like all over her. Where were we in Columbia, Charleston? But anyway, this guy was all over her, and it's me and her together. And at first, it was funny that he was trying to talk to her. He was so out of her league, according to her. But we tried to laugh it off. But the moment she was like, "Okay, sir, go on about your business," he was ready to throw a drink on her. Like, what? We don't even know you. We're not even from this town. I've had this guy straight stalk my Facebook page because I entertained one conversation with him. He said, "Hey, how you doing?" I spoke back, yada, 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 back and forth. The next day, he sent some stuff to my phone, and I was like, okay, I ain't gonna block him. I'm just checking. And then now he on all my pictures commenting craziness because he mad because I was like, bro, I'm not feeling you. Like, it's crazy that sometimes we as women, I can't speak for a man, are afraid to talk to some guys, are afraid to say something, because once you look at him and say, hey, I already see what's going on and this is not what I'm about, and then you engage in conversation with him trying to be friendly, can cost you your life.
but see,
can
that's a
cost you
problem.
getting hurt.
That's a problem. If you can identify that somebody's not even in your thing, don't even entertain the conversation. Like, off
Now,
the
I ain't
real.
gonna lie, I fall short of that because sometimes I just try to be nice.
Yeah, that being
You know what I'm
nice. That's what,
saying?
because you technically you got to understand people mental. A lot of guys, they ain't really mentally there. Like when it comes to the male female dynamic. So by you telling me something, okay, let me tell you how weird guys are. I'm gonna tell you how really weird we are. Like, most guys, not all guys, most guys, if they go to a strip club and the female dance on them passionately, a stripper dance on them passionately, you know what they're gonna tell their homeboys? I think she was feeling me. So a lot of guys
Still feeling that you had them 20s instead
right,
of
a lot of guys don't know how to read the room.
Right.
So the fact that, okay, I just inbox her and she's giving me a little bit of conversation. Oh, I got her. She want me. Instead of, if you already knowing, like, nah, this ain't, don't even respond. Because you setting yourself up for some craziness, because in his mind, you don't know how that other person on the other end is going to interpret that.
Right.
And perception is reality. So in my perception, if you tell me, like, you entertaining this little conversation, you sending the emojis, it looked like we could be flirting a little bit. Oh, snap. I didn't think this was going to work. She really into me. And in your mind, you like, well, I'm just being nice to you.
I ain't lying. I'm bored and criminal minds done went off. So.
Let me ask you a question. Because I'm sure you probably got younger guys and older guys coming at you probably. You know what I'm saying? Is it a difference in the mentality between the younger guys and older guys?
Honestly, this day and age, it depends on the person, because I have had conversations with older guys who I know my sons have more intellect than, and I really feel like ain't no way I can bring you around my kids. They were like, "Mom, who this dumb monkey is?" You know what I'm saying? Because they talk like that.
Right.
And I have actually entertained a younger guy in conversation and didn't even realize how old he was. And then when he told me how old he was, I'm like, baby, don't sit down. Auntie can't do that. You know what I'm saying? It's been like that. So this day and age, it's hard to tell.
It got to be tough.
Who's who?
And then also too, to the point that you were making earlier about feeling like you got to give up something and the little exchange. I think the loud ones on social media, the loud women, they speak so loudly. People think that that's just the way of the world. That's just the way that everybody go. That's the whole orbit of the world. I feel like as a woman, if you set yourself on certain precedences early on, like let it be known, like, hey, you know, even if it's an uncomfortable conversation, like we're just getting to know each other. We're just feeling each other out. This not a guarantee. This ain't a promise. I think what women have done now, they lean into whatever they think the man want instead of just saying what they want.
People pleasing.
Yeah, instead of just saying off the rip, like, hey, this is just dating. Like, I was so shocked one time when I heard a woman say, I dated more than one man at a time. And in my mind, I'm like, man, she a hoe. But she explained, she said, dating is just basically like you trying out for the team. That don't mean we're sexually involved. That don't mean we're exchanging nothing.
Right.
She said, that just means I'm weighing out my options. And when she said that, I was like, okay, I get it. So if you let it be known off the rip, like, we're just dating, this don't mean we're locked in. This don't mean nothing. Now, of course, over time, you start, your candidates get, shorter, and you start feeling maybe one or two people. Then you have to make your decisions on, like, okay, which one am I feeling more? Like, which one? And then, going into it, like, really getting into it with no expectations.
Right.
Most people, when they go for the kill, they going in with an expectation. So if your expectations is already here, everything is that much more serious instead of just, let me feel this out. Let me see where it's going. Like,
and I have done that before, having high expectations for somebody who I really thought I liked or whatever, and didn't pay attention, like you say, read the room, that this person liked me but wasn't on that level with me yet. But I'm going to tell you, my mom used to say this all the time. My mom, like I said, she passed me when I'm 17. I was maybe about 14 years old, and it was my first little boyfriend. And it was another guy that stayed around the corner that liked me, and I kind of liked him too. And she was like, you know what? She said, dating is like going to the prom. You can take as many dresses as you want in that dressing room. But when you come out with one.
mm-hmm.
And I said, okay. So I can talk to them all, but I'm not humping them all. The one I come out with, that's the one that, that's who I choose.
Right. And I
But I can take as many in the dressing room as I want.
I think it's still tough, though. I ain't
right. It's tough. It's tough, but I still think you got to, friend, and this is going to sound crazy, but friendship is a big thing, right? And that's not something that everybody really, when you get to a certain age, nobody's trying to be your friend. But I feel like if most couples can build a legit friendship first, build a legit thing first before we trying to move to the next level, because I can't meet you today and want to be your boyfriend in 2 weeks. I don't know. We don't have enough history. I don't know who I'm really getting. You don't know who you really getting. Like, so within 2 weeks, like, it's the microwave society, like he was saying. If we meet today, you will see girls post like, oh, if we meet today, I'm delusional. That's my hubby by next week. No, and that's why you get these situations that you get, because nobody takes the time to really feel a person out. You need to see a person in a few different seasons in their life to figure out what you actually have.
I agree with that. But you also have some slow roasters out there who you think you got something good and you done been dealing with this person 2 months, you ain't never have sex with them or nothing, everything's good. And the moment you lay down with them, they're like, okay, that casserole done. That roast is finished.
That's why they stall you out.
Hold
It's over with. Like, I done waited for.
Hold on, that's a little different now.
It's
That's a little different now.
Like I said, I don't know what it's like for back then for people now, but over 40, you'll be like,
man. But you
ain't
ain't
no
the
way.
you ain't the only person who said this though. Like I got a few friends that were just telling me about how tough it is dating in your 40s and the selection of men that's still available. You know what I'm
being
saying?
transparent. I'm gonna tell you, and it can sound funny, but I'm 45. I'll be 46 this year. The guys, and I don't want to date nobody younger. I want to date somebody within my age range or maybe a little older. You want stability. You want somebody who's settled, who understands what family values are and all that stuff. You want him not to be taking Viagra. You want his kidneys to be intact. I don't want to be no nurse. If I wanted to be in that field, I would have signed up for it. Like, I want to date somebody who's still healthy, who took care of themselves in their 20s and their 30s. Nah, we ain't about to be having no bedside manner where I got to change your butt because you done pissed in the bed because you done took too much Viagra the night before.
Hey, yo,
I ain't doing that. I'm not doing that.
Real.
I need for you to be healthy, but you got the guys now in their 40s, in their 50s that they ready to settle down because everything in their body done settle down.
And you know why?
I ain't doing that.
Yo, hey,
I'm
that's
not
real
doing
though.
that.
And that's real. But
That's what I mean. It's hard dating in your 40s because people got health issues. Don't get me wrong.
People do,
Women
though.
have health issues too. But being transparent about y'all, have some high blood pressure and see what it do to you.
that's real.
I ain't want that.
That's real. But also too with the men, like, and we were talking about this the last episode. It's a lot of older guys that want to be young, and the junk is like really like the junk be blowing me. Like when I see older guys like 50 something, 50 plus or 40, like mid 40s, like posting videos. We out here, we lit, we turn up, we in the club. Like, bro, you not 20 no more. Like
Okay.
a lot of these older guys can't, for whatever reason, can't let those younger years pass and realize like, bro,
They're going through midlife crisis.
yeah, man, it's time to hang it up. Like no woman don't.
Again, that's another thing. I'm 45. Can I twerk? Yes. Am I going to the club to twerk? No. Not doing that. If I go, I want the atmosphere of some nice music, have me a couple of laughs and drinks with my girls.
On the girl trips, she twerking. Them girl trips now.
I said the club.
Right, but them girl trips.
I said the club.
Hey,
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you for real, something funny, right? Because me and my stepsister, Tiffany, I'm shout her out, Tiffany. That's my rider. That's my rider for real. We'll go to the club. She'll twerk. I ain't. But we be in the bathroom taking pictures and we be breaking it down. Because we want that video. Like we was getting it in. But wasn't doing nothing on the floor.
That's
But
real.
I mean, for real,
you
because
telling the secrets, man.
I do want to keep myself in a position where I am who I am at this age. I want to be respectful for my sons, that this is their time to do the crazy things I did in my 20s. Not for me to be over here popping and all this on the floor and my son walking there. No,
Right.
I want him to be. I want him to be able to respect me. I want his peers to be able to respect me.
Because sometimes it's about what these women put out too.
Right.
Like, because I'm gonna be honest with you. When you put out a certain thing, that's what you're gonna get. Like,
Right.
and you can't expect no respect. And man, like these girls that be doing these cooking things, like these cooking videos on Instagram, like I ain't gonna lie, I look at them, but like it's annoying to see like over and over. Like they going to cook, and the first thing they want you to do is they butt jumping. I'm like, bro, if you want to make a twerk video, just make a twerk video. Don't act
Right.
like don't act like you trying to show your cooking. Cause like, but it's like over sexualizing everything. But when you over sexualize it, just understand the response that you're gonna get is a sexual response. I'm not looking at you to say, man, you know what? I think I want to make her like really my girl. Like, no, I'm looking at you because you advertise something, and I'm looking at the product thinking like, hey, that might be a good purchase. And so dudes coming, they like, what's the ticket on it? Like a girl got mad with me at work one day because I told her, she was like, oh, if they paying, she said something. I said, girl, I'm gonna tell you the truth. I said, you a prostitute. She got mad, but I told her like, I said, prostitution is just selling sexual favors. I said, so you mad because I just said that, but the only difference between you and the traditional prostitute, You're not on the corner with it. I said, you doing yours through a phone. I said, you running a lucrative business. I said, but you're a prostitute. Like, so what you put out is what you gonna get.
Right.
Like, if you putting that out as like, that's what you doing, dudes ain't inboxing you like, I want to go on a date. Nah, what's the ticket? And that's just real.
Can't argue with that.
Yeah, it is. I can't argue with that either. I know I'm 40, but you know I'm married, man. I was just sitting here thinking I'm kind of glad that I kind of got in at a young, I guess early on, and my marriage still kind of going because I wouldn't know what to do, man. When it come out of dating and seeing some of the choices, I mean, I believe there's some good choices out there, man. Just like Yusef said, just gotta change the pool, you know, that you swimming in. Honestly, yo, that's just really my I want to take. I know it's challenging because I mean, for real, I think them little dating apps, man, I think they work.
You say you think they do work?
Yeah, because I didn't see a lot of people on them junks, man. Like they put their little bio on there, and
I don't think they work.
I know people who got married based off that.
I do know,
and they still together, bro.
Yeah.
Well, that's the people that take it seriously.
Okay,
Yeah, but-
The people,
I mean-
the people that are on there with the correct intentions.
Right.
okay,
Like
yeah.
that's just it's like dating in person. Some people get on there with some people go to the club with bad intentions. They got somebody at the house. They just
Right.
looking for a
Oh,
side piece.
yeah,
I mean,
You
I'm
know what I
being
mean? So it's
honest.
just
I'm on
the-
the dating sites. I'm on 2 sites, and I actually do engage or whatever. But the 2 problems I have is one, what they display. Once you get to talking to them, I mean, it's like, who did you describe, your neighbor? Because this is not the same person.
What is it's an intellect thing with you?
Yeah, some of it.
Well,
Okay.
I don't think it's an intellect. It should be an intellect thing with her. Let me tell you something. If you can't have a conversation, we over 40.
Yeah.
If we can't have a conversation, like if you ain't got nothing to talk, don't what you're doing me to death.
Oh my God, I'm a pass out.
You know what I'm saying? Don't what you're doing me to death.
That
Listen,
struck a nerve,
I
yeah.
promise you. You
So
got about a
yourself.
1-2.
Hold on.
Good.
Question for you. Women be on that too?
Yes.
Yes, women
wow.
do that too.
I thought
But
women
listen,
had better conversation.
I promise you, if I'm on
No.
a dating site and I done text them, let's say for instance, the day done went by, we had a conversation, whatever, and tomorrow you say good morning. I say good morning back. How you doing? How your day going or whatever. And then 2 hours later, you like, what you doing? I'm about to block you.
Yeah, well,
I'm about to
but that's-
block
but
you.
that's the thing.
I can't get my thumbs to move fast enough to block you. Get off my line. Because why are you asking me that?
But the thing is, I think some people.
That just let me know you have lack of conversation
Well,
when you.
first off, what are you doing with your day that you texting me all day? What you doing? Because you should be doing something.
Right.
What am I doing? I'm working. That's what I'm doing. What are you doing? And if you ain't working, please find something.
Instead of asking me what I'm doing,
Yeah, like-
either create something for us to do or tell me about your day so we can have
yeah.
something to bounce off of. We can talk. It's a million things going on in this world that we can talk about. Don't
Hey,
ask
let
me
me
that.
let me give a tip to the viewers too, man. Because I talk to some guys that don't really have great conversation, and this is what I have always told them. When I used to be on Facebook, I don't be up there anymore. When I used to be on Facebook, I would like put a folder of things. I called it talking points of things that would be a
Snitch on
good.
yourself now.
No. This was with my girl.
Okay.
No, this was with my girl. So like, I will put like, cause sometimes you don't really have anything to talk about, but you don't want that to be a thing like too long. But I would have this thing called talking points that I would go like every now and then look at it something like, yo, this is something that I could discuss with her just so we could have something to flow. Like, cause some people mind all the time just not having something to really go on, but you can't just come with the emptiness of what you're doing 24/7. Look at some stuff, bring your mind up, because people shouldn't have to always talk low. They shouldn't always have to talk down. Bring your level of thinking up to be able to have a conversation. Look at something that you've seen on social media, because people be on their phone all day. Look at something that will be a thought-generating, thought-provoking topic and bring that up. But just don't what you're
I'm
doing
gonna
somebody
say
out
this.
there.
It
Hold
doesn't
on
even-
now,
it
because I
doesn't-
think we didn't went past our little time.
Got to me. I'm gonna say
mean-
I can't.
Okay.
Okay, this is it. Top tier for me. If I engage in conversation, and it could be something about football, I don't watch football, don't know nothing about football. Stop giving closed answers. You can carry a conversation very easily by choosing not to just say yes and no.
Like an interview.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Well,
it's easy to engage in conversation,
Yeah.
but if somebody's trying to spark conversation with you and you're giving closed-end answers, it makes it difficult to keep the conversation going.
And then the next tip is don't give closing answers. Don't ask closing questions. Don't ask
Right.
a yes or no question. Do you like to eat? Yes, I eat. Who don't like to eat? You know what I'm saying? You got to ask leading questions, higher ordered questions, things that are going to spark conversation.
Right.
You know, even if you want to, people say don't talk about past relationships, but I think that's a good way to get to know somebody is things that they've dealt with from their perspective. Because I mean, from their perspective, because the question, I'd be like, "Hey, why'd y'all break up?" Well, he did this, and the third, and he did this, and he did that, and he did this, and I said, "So there was nothing you felt like you needed to do different in the relationship?" Because everybody's relationship that's going bad, there's something that you could have done that may not have saved it, but would have made the relationship better. So what is it that you could have done? I want to know that. Like, tell me all the bad. That's cool, but do you have enough self-reflectiveness? I know it's not a saying, but something that where you can look your own self in the mirror and
accountability.
Be like, okay, I hold myself. That's the word, accountability. Do you have enough accountability? Do you hold yourself accountable for the relationship going left? Can you say what you should have done better? Can you do those things? Those things will build conversation more because now we're getting into a little bit of you when you're thinking, well, I don't think I should because my mama this and my mama that. Well, how did you come up? So now we're getting to a deeper conversation
and learning
the person rather than what food do you like? You know what I'm saying? Like, what's your favorite meal? What do you like to cook? You know, those things come up, but you know, I think
that was dope.
I think that you got to have higher ordered questions to lead deeper conversation. Because without the higher order questions, you're not getting the deeper conversation. Right. It's gonna be a lot of yes and no. Or my favorite is when you're on the phone and there's nothing being said. At depth, like it's just crickets. Like I'm doing what I'm doing on my end, you're doing what you're doing on your end, and it's, what are we doing? Like we just on the phone? What are we in high school? I get off the phone. You ain't got nothing else to say?
Every viewer that's watching this been on the phone, me know I'll lie real quick. My son calling me. And I'm about to
my mama called.
Everybody like that awkward silence.
They already know.
Hey,
my line is my mama called.
Yourself.
Yeah. If I gotta say, hello, are you there too many times?
That was dope. That little thing you just did, that was really dope, yo. Like for viewers to be able to kind of have somewhere to go, because also with what you said about that accountability thing, that lets you know what type of person you're dealing with too.
Exactly.
Like, because those type of questions that you're talking about opens the door for way more other things, and it also give you enough time to kind of, while you're listening to their answers, like, it's not to say y'all be out, but like that's something we're gonna need to spin back on. Like the fact that you don't feel like you could have did nothing. So your accountability level, this is what I'm getting into. This is a red flag that I see off the rip. You already know accountability may be a red flag. So that was really dope,
here's
bro.
The thing, mature people don't bail on that. Like don't
Right,
bail
right.
on that.
Right.
The fact that and they'd be like, oh shoot, it's a red flag, I'm out. Bring that up. Like,
yeah,
let
most
them
definitely
know,
talk about that.
I said, you do know this is a red flag.
Exactly. And
You do
you
know
have
that,
to
like,
address that and call it out. Like it's a red flag. Because sometimes people don't realize that, hey, that's not right. Some people aren't healed or they're in the process of healing. That what looks like a red flag could be something that they're actually working on. Because I know for myself, I was in a place where I could see all the flaws and what caused my marriage to fail and couldn't see the fact that I stopped showing up too. I only saw what was done to me, not what I was doing.
That's major.
So, it took time for me to realize that I need to fix this. So if I'm talking to a new prospect of, I want to date him, and he said, hey, what happened to your marriage? What happened? He cheated. And that was a no tolerance for me. Why did he cheat? You know what I'm saying? Got to dig deeper and find out, okay, what's going on? But it's easy for a person to point the finger instead of take accountability and say, I played a part into it, even if it was a small part. Everything that fails is two sides. Yeah. I mean,
you contributed somehow.
Right, somehow.
Somehow you contributed. And those people who just don't have accountability, I mean, I might not deal with you no more. We're going to have this conversation about the fact that you don't got no accountability. So I can help the person after me, but I'm out. Like, I'm going to let you know this ain't going to work for me because I don't understand how you can't go through anything and just have no accountability. It's like getting fired from your job and them people, they just didn't like me. No, they didn't, because you showed up late every day. That's why they didn't like you. They didn't like you because you didn't do your job to 100% of your ability.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's always something that you could have done. You could have always done something different. Every relationship that I've had that went bad, I was a part of it somehow. I contributed somehow to it ending. And if you can't find out how you contributed, how could you help going forward?
Right.
You can't help yourself going forward. You cannot end up in a positive relationship going forward if you can't even account for what you did wrong. Mm-hmm. Maybe I was nagging him too much, or maybe I was too abrasive, or I didn't pay attention to her enough. Like, there's always something that you could have done. Yeah, so that's
Okay.
Yeah.
So with that being said, I know we got to go quick. One of us or you, Seth, what is going to be our question for the week for our audience that we can post? It could be on this topic. Anybody got a question that we could poll, ask the audience, get feedback? What y'all think? What's one thing we could ask?
I'm put Shannell on that.
Well, since our last part was about dating, I would say.
I had a question on my show. I want y'all to answer them before we
Okay.
go. Before
Okay.
we get to your answer, I want y'all.
Okay, go ahead with yours first then.
Nah, y'all wouldn't answer that right. I'm sorry.
Okay, so
Y'all
I
wouldn't
really
answer that
think
right.
since we're talking about our last thing was the dating over 40, I would say, how do you choose your pool?
That's a good question.
That's a good one. How do you choose your pool? All right, good. That's what we're gonna lead with. That's the question of the week. How do you choose your dating pool? All right.
We out.
That was good.
Oh man, I ain't even gonna lie. There's so much I probably could